Well, hello, welcome to this Musical Talk Mini. I'm Nick Hudson, and I'm here with my friend Rosie. Hello, Rosie.
Hello.
Not Rosie Ash.
No.
So another singer, soprano-y person. We've just been to see the West End Men in concert. We interviewed Kerry Ellis a couple of weeks ago, and she talked about the show. Rosie, you and I are both musicians, so we've sort of come to this not as busted... Well, one of us has come to this not as a busted fan.
It was a long time ago.
We have Matt Willis from Busted in this trio or quartet or whatever you want, and you're a big fan of Busted, aren't you?
No, not anymore. I was a very big fan actually, but I pretend not to admit that. So they were good.
So tonight we have had David Thaxton, Glenn Carter, Lee Mead, and Matt Willis. And Glenn Carter is only going to be in the show until the 8th of June, and then I believe Stephen Rahman Hughes will take over. And also we had Kerry Ellis tonight, and from the 15th of June onwards, Kerry Ellis will no longer be appearing, and Carly Stenson will be appearing from the telly. TV's
Hollyoaks, I think.
Yes,
she's
Hollyoaks, and Shrek, I think, in London, and Legally Blonde. Mm-hmm. So Rosie, tell me your thoughts.
I had a lot of thoughts on the show. I thought it was, really good evening out at the theatre. It's obviously a cabaret type show. The guys were fantastic. I really like the arrangements, musical arrangements. There was some really good kind of 4-part harmony, singing.
And we also had a lovely band. We had a guy sort of tripling on wind instruments, and we had a pianist, which is always good, doubling as conductor, drummer, doubling on bashing hammer on wall, and congos or bongos or whatever they were, and bass doubling on a double bass with bow, which was quite nice, and also a guitar player with acoustic and electric. So from that judge of instruments, you get a kind of feel of the lots of different sounds going on, and we had a lovely medley to begin the show, didn't we? With kind of and it all came together at the end when they all sang in Counterpoint, Pure Imagination, Being Alive, Love Changes Everything, and Music of the Night. Music of the Night was sung by Matt Willis and Busted, a la Tony Blair, like he did everything really, because he did his hand gestures.
I thought Matt Willis was absolutely fantastic, because not from being a previous Busted fan 10 years ago, but because he was such a good showman. Yeah, he was really good. But we thought it maybe didn't suit his voice so much, that song, but he did it well.
Stand Up for Act 1 for you was probably year 3000.
It was year 3000, because I think I was transported back about 10 years. I think I saw them 10 years ago.
Year 2000, you could say.
It
or
was
2003.
I think it was about 2003. So it was very good. But I felt the show started getting better from about year 3000 onwards, actually. It started a little bit slow.
Mostly due to Lee Mead, and we do like Lee Mead. He's got lovely hair, but it wasn't a good night for him, poor Lee Mead, was it?
I feel sorry for him, because I'm sure he must be a good performer, because he's been very successful, but he just wasn't getting the high notes.
I thought he did impersonate the bloke from Coldplay quite well, though, because he said he sings Fix You by Coldplay. Not the best title considering his performance tonight, but he kind of impersonated Chris Martin's voice very well. That kind of whiny...
He didn't get the high notes that Chris Martin gets, I'm afraid. But I thought, again, I don't know if he was a bit underconfident because of his voice, but I thought his acting shut us off a little bit as well. And
he seemed to be the kind of butt of the joke for the evening, in a way, because all the other guys, he's obviously the youngest one there, I think, and a lot of them were picking on him in a way. I'm not sure if he's the youngest one.
Well, the most inexperienced, I think. Although his resume is the longest. But
true.
He seems to have the least stage experience.
We had a wonderful performance by Glenn Carter of Jersey Boys and Jesus Christ Superstar fame, as he did, what else from Jesus Christ Superstar? But Gethsemane.
Great.
And Journey Home from Bombay Dreams, which I'd never heard of, but I quite liked.
No, I like that actually. Yeah.
And the highlight for you also of Act 1 was David Thaxton.
Oh, yes.
Singing Till I Hear You Sing.
He was... I'd never
one of Angela Weber's better songs,
before.
I think.
If
you ignore...
because I don't like Memory at all.
I did like that arrangement.
I did like the arrangement, actually, yeah. But Till I Hear You Sing... Yeah, I know the song A little bit.
Well, you've taught it to students, haven't you?
Yeah, but I've never heard it sung. I'm sorry, I've never heard it sung as well as DavidThaxton.
By a full-grown man, is what you're saying.
Yeah, and I'd never heard of him before, and he was just divine throughout the whole show. I loved him. I thought he was great.
And we ended. I mean, there were some odd song choices in this show.
Some really odd song choices. I have to say, I wasn't a massive fan of the West Side Story unaccompanied stuff.
I was thinking more of Kiss from a Rose.
It was a very odd choice. Yeah.
But we'll move on to Act 2.
It was quite fun. No, it was quite fun.
The West Side Story a cappella with crazy lighting and bongo guy. I thought it was interesting.
It was interesting. I can see where they did it to kind of take musical theatre and make it a bit different, and maybe things that people aren't expecting. But I like the original stuff.
Yes, you do. And the unplugged medley I really liked. I can't remember anything that was in it, but I enjoyed it. I mean, the thing is with shows like this is you have so much flung at you, and it's 2 hours.
Yeah, they got the musicians involved in the unplugged section, which
we applaud.
Which
well done.
We love because the musicians the band were just fantastic.
Yeah,
I thought.
I got very excited in the programme when I saw I Believe. It's not from Book of Mormon.
Well, I can't remember that. What was it?
It was some pop song, I think. Must have been, because we don't know it.
I can't remember at all, actually.
I mean, Act 2, At Last.
And when Kerry Ellis came on from there, didn't she?
Yes, and then we had... Well, At Last is the...
Is it Etta James?
Etta James, yes. And that was kind of fun because she was choosing the guy for whom she was going to do the duet with.
But we knew it was going to be Lee Mead.
We knew it was going to be Lee Mead because he was in Wicked. And then Lee Mead tried to sing As Long As You're Mine from Wicked. But that worked quite nicely because the lyrics in At Last were At Last You're Mine, and then he sang.
Yeah, it was a nice link.
And then of course, what did Kerry Ellis do? She sung Defying Gravity. Very restrained performance to start off with, and I thought, is it going to be like this the whole way through?
A nice version. I really like. She was just fantastic. Her stage presence was great.
You said after Act 1 you thought they weren't involving the audience that much, but that opened up more in Act 2.
Yeah, because I felt because it was such a small theatre and it's a cabaret type setting. I think
we had to say it's at the Vaudeville Theatre. We didn't say that, I don't think.
Yeah, but I think it's easy to. Like some of them were singing with their eyes closed at the beginning, and it was a bit uncomfortable.
The lights are quite bright, probably.
Yeah, but I thought they involved us more in the second half, and Kerry Ellis, particularly in Defying Gravity, just kind of really worked the audience, I thought, and I think they could maybe use more of that in the first half.
Use more of Kerry or use more of the audience?
No, use more of just singing at the audience a bit more rather than just stand in one spot with your eyes closed. I don't really like that.
And they always walk on the stage as if they look lost. It's like they'll come in stage right, look around a bit and think, oh, here I am, right, better sort of...
We had to do that a lot at drama school, though.
And lots of mid-distance
stairs. It was really
stairs.
bad. It was really awkward. Yeah, I don't like that either.
Speaking of that, then the choir came on.
Oh, yeah.
And... It's a very large choir, and it's a big stage for a small theatre. You said, as a joke, but I find it quite funny, that the stage is almost bigger than the theatre itself.
Yeah. I don't know, it was about 20 in the choir. They sounded really good.
Sounded wonderful.
Were really good.
And you recognise half of them, didn't you?
Yeah, as recent graduates.
And then we had, of course, Anthem from Chess, which is a beautiful piece of music. And then what else but One Day More from Les Miserables.
Yeah,
and
a bit cheesy ending, wasn't it?
And then the Bring Him Home quartet, which was very nice. Did you like that?
Yes, I did, but I saw the 4 Valjeans sing it at the O2, so I've got...
You mean you were there or you watched the DVD?
I was in the front row, actually.
Tell us about that
I was
quickly.
there. Well, basically, Cameron McIntosh gave Mountview all the restricted view seats for free. I think I was sat in block A1, row A1 at the O2, and it was fantastic. All the old characters came on at the end and sang a few songs.
I'd want to sit in block 24601.
Oh.
And then ending on Bo Rap from We Will Rock You.
Oh, it was a good ending.
It was a good ending.
Except when the choir danced awkwardly. That wasn't good to watch.
Okay, choir, this is your one moment to break free and...
But it was a really good ending, I thought.
West End Men in Concert, very, very varied programme. But we have to give credit to the band. The West End men do their job, but the West End players do their job better, maybe, do you think?
Yeah, I actually found myself watching the band about 50% of the time. I don't know if that's because I'm a musician, but they were just fantastic. They were so together. Like, they were just brilliant, weren't they?
And I mean, some wonderful stuff like I Could Have Danced All Night, sung as a kind of jazz waltz and stuff. And
yeah, that was in the Unplugged bit, wasn't it?
Unplugged.
Yeah.
It's all coming back to me now.
Yeah.
Would you recommend this to your friends?
Yeah. I wouldn't.
What's good about this show is
I wouldn't pay full price, but it depends what you like.
At the end of July, you'll get a different performance because they'll have a different girl and they'll have a different guy. So, but you really liked DavidThaxton. He was your surprise.
He was my surprise, just because I didn't know him before. But Glenn Carter as well was amazing, and Matt Willis was just such a showman. He was really fun. He was really good.
His singing voice is interesting, and he kind of pronounces his vowels quite strangely.
You could tell he's had a lot of gig experience, which I thought was good, because
he was doing that really kind of thing where he was holding the microphone really close to his mouth and doing that thing with his hand. Yeah. Doesn't quite work on radio.
Shimmy, a lot of fun dancing. But yeah, no, I would recommend it. I think it's a good night out. It's a good length. It was quite short, which I really enjoyed.
Yes. You're like Tim Rice. You think all musicals are half an hour too long?
A lot of them, yes. No,
like Les Mis, for example. So do go and check out West End Men. They are on Twitter at West End Men, and it's at the Vaudeville Theatre on the Strand. Lovely show, very short, as Rosie said, 2 hours 10 minutes with a 20-minute interval. Please do go and see it, and thank you very much, Rosie.
Thank you.
You're welcome.